Good evening, all. Today I'm going to discuss regarding the cross-cultural team management. Myself, Srirag, and let me introduce my team: Path, Nidin, Hariprasad, Pranav, and Tulika. We have considered based on Hofstede culture model. When it comes to the culture, here considered basically comparing with an onion, as it has already have many layers. Basically they have considered like all the symbols, heroes, rituals, and values as most of the layers. And when it comes to culture, we know that basically it's like a mixture of language, custom, rituals, food, color, attitudes, personalities. You can see multiple beliefs, behaviors, religion, their practices, uh, food, everything it has been considered. That is basically all the model for the cultural according to Hofstede has been considered. Basically, further to our discussion for this subject, and we have experienced so many collective information from the team members where we have a different work experience platform for each person, and we have identified the major problems and the conflicts in a multicultural and multi cross-functional team. We have identified majorly is mistrust, and you can see the lack of motivation, the gaps between the information gathered for any of the task, prejudices and the cultural stereotypes we are experienced, and the stress increase can be a reason for change in opinions also, and problems with the communication, and dysfunctional behaviors, the work culture of different types or based on the geographical locations, then the conflicts between the decision making between the team members. And you can see it's very in general, like most of the teammates also and or the team members want to be a bossy between each other when it comes to decision making. And we have considered the data, the model, like the cultural compass. According to Hofstede theory, we have identified the dimensions where we have worked in various countries during our work experience platforms. And we have considered the countries like India, Iraq, South Africa, and UAE. These all are the major dimensions based on house-led culture dimensions we have identified through our experienced platforms also. You can see the power distance, like it is the centralized real power between the managers or the company strategies following and getting instructed to the employees. And majorly the Iraq and UAE we have experienced been topped with the score of 95 and 90 respectively. When it comes to individualism, the countries like India and South Africa scored up on the top and shared a scoring of 48 and 65 respectively. But the thing is, the when it comes to individualism, the main task when they consider for the relationships, and they were considering in terms of hiring or promotions or any kind of motivations, they rely on their own relationships, and based on that only they will be moving ahead. And the next is masculinity. The basically you can see Iraq we have experienced and it was very much relating also, as it's a masculine society. Iraq scores 70 among the top compared to the other countries. Uncertainty avoidance, it's in general like people had not doesn't feel anything compelled to take any action, and it will be established between the roles and the routines with their queries and everything. And on this dimension you can see the Iraq and UAE based mainly in the Middle East. You can see the major scoring of 85 and 80 respectively based on this cultural compass. Long-term orientation is not that linear but important in the Western societies, but typically it's very low in dimension. Example, let's say in India, it has a high level of tolerance of religious beliefs all over the world because it have a strong history of the complete diverse religious, and it has been receiving like good scoring also compared to other countries. Intelligence, in this one, India and Iraq scores too low and scores respectively 26 and 17. because they were very low in decision making, and premising are in this society it's very low scoring. When it comes to a cross-cultural team, based on this theory and the dimensions what we have learned through the Hofstede dimensions, we have identified that there are some overcoming steps or the factors which will be helpful to overcome all the conflicts in a cross-functional team. Basically, those are overcoming the language and the cultural barriers, and we can avoid to ensure that select a language which would be more comfortable for the team members, and you can be patient and towards the belief and the honor towards the different cultures. And you can see we can consider like practice, by practicing empathy also we can solve so many of issues, and organize the cross-cultural training. Through that we can solve so many issues, and focus on emotions of the people, and take them on your journey, each team members, and learn and respect to the other cultures to avoid the conflicts. And also paying the attention to all the decision being made, also one of the helpful step you can see when it comes to a cross-cultural team. That's the end of presentation. Thank you.